Hello, we're back. It's another weekly weight loss vlog. We are starting the second full week of February, but this one is about the first full week of February, which was the 3rd to the 9th of February. Hope you all had a good weight loss week. Mine was pretty decent. We'll go through it all shortly. But I just want to talk about something I put in the newsletter yesterday. One thing I did notice about last week was my motivation was a little bit lower than it has been recently. And it's really, really common this time of year. When we come out of Christmas, generally the motivation for weight loss is through the roof. We've had an indulgent couple of weeks, and that combined with being a bit skint, everyone doing dry January, everyone being a bit of a hermit, weather being a bit rubbish, we kind of lock ourselves in, and it makes controlling calories a lot easier than normal. February's a different ball game. We get paid at the end of January. We're not quite as skint. Dry Jan comes to an end. A few more people are in the old WhatsApp group. Do you fancy going out for your tea? Do you fancy a glass of wine? So on and so forth. And I think because maybe we do over-restrict ourselves a little bit in January, and that shouldn't be around calories or movement, just life really. I think, I'm guilty of this. I like to be an absolute hermit. To be honest with you, I like to be a hermit all year round at times, but certainly January, February, I like to keep myself nice and enclosed, and that does really help with controlling your calories. But February, I know a lot of people start branching out a little bit, and it makes it a little bit harder. And the honest truth is, you just need to have a little bit more focus. You need to be, a bit more disciplined to get done what we need to do. When I started weight loss coaching, I always used to walk on eggshells a little bit around my clients. Now, I'm not saying I'm a boot camp coach. I never am, never have been, never will be. And I was the same as a personal trainer, but I sort of did this when I was personal training as well. So basically, whenever I do content or give advice to people, I always put myself kind of in the shoes as if I was talking to 37 stone Neil. And I was very fragile at 37 stone mentally. I was very fragile physically in a way because my body was broken, though I was a big lad. But mentally very, very fragile. So I kind of used to walk on eggshells a little bit and tiptoe around a few things. And in some ways that's really, really good. But last year was my best year online coaching. And what I mean by that is the results from my clients. And last year, I stopped walking on eggshells as much. Like I say, I'm not a boot camp coach. I'm not shouting and pointing and judging people. I've never done that and never, never will. But I started using a saying, and it's basically, sometimes there's no easy answers. And I've always tried to find the easy answers. And I always will try and guide people using different analogies and this, that, and the other. And I've got a lot of empathy for people on their journey because I've been there. But I started using this saying, sometimes there's no easy answers. Sometimes it is just a case of gritting our teeth, getting our head down and getting it done. I started using that a lot more, or that kind of philosophy a little bit more with clients. Certainly clients that have been with me quite a bit of time last year. And that really seemed to push people a bit more and motivate people a bit more. So it's not all about walking on eggshells. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get across here. To say to you guys, look, sometimes there's no easy answers. If you're coming out of January where you were absolutely flying, and this time of year your motivation's just waning a little bit, because motivation isn't a permanent thing. It will up and down a bit. No, you will have periods where it goes up. You will have periods where it goes down. It will fluctuate, will the old motivation. And when motivation drops a little bit lower, sometimes you've just got to grit your teeth and get at it. And that is generally what a successful weight loss journey. It's dead easy to do what we need to do when we're motivated. It's not easy to do what we need to do when we're not quite as motivated. So grit your teeth. Right, that's how we started off this week's weekly weight loss vlog. Life last week was good. It was very, very busy. I was very disorganized. I'm learning from that this week. I'm going to be a lot more organized. I booked a holiday last week. Actually, I booked it at about 11 o'clock Saturday night. Very, very impromptu holiday. Couple of reasons behind booking a holiday, which I've just gone into on my live this morning. I'm not going to reiterate the reasons now. Nothing major. But going away in 3 weeks. And I love that. Focus. When I've got a holiday coming up short term, so I might have a holiday in 6 months' time, and I'll be like, I've got an holiday. When it gets to about a month from holiday, it really ramps up my focus, which ramps up my discipline. So it's come at a good time. Motivation dropping a little bit, holiday, you know. And if you grit your teeth and your discipline is there, it kind of ramps up your motivation. Anyway, that's what's going on. I have my check-in on Friday. This is also a good thing for motivating me, seeing results. Yeah, you know, just... We should never judge the whole success of this journey on the scales. We shouldn't judge it all. I'm just going to tilt my camera a little bit because right about now... Oh, no, actually, it doesn't really matter for this bit. Let's get... progress sheet up, right? We shouldn't judge the results just on the scales. It's about how we feel and, you know, there's lots of different contributing factors, but the scales is a good way to look at our progress as long as we use the scales in the right way. And there we go. I've had another really good loss, 3.2 pounds down. I think 3.2 pounds was that? Something like that. Yes, 3.2 pounds down. I'm nearly a stone down from my post-Christmas gain. So I was 9.2 pounds up on the second. But I'm now 3.8 pounds lighter than before Christmas. So I'm nearly a stone lighter. Am I a stone lighter this year? Yeah, I'm a stone lighter this year and nearly a stone lighter from pre-Christmas. So I'm 3.8 pounds lighter from pre-Christmas, but nearly a stone lighter from the 2nd of Jan. We'll get there in the end. Anyway, there is the progress sheet. Really, really chuffed. I'm trying not to be as scale focused this year as I was last year because, you know, I was trying to show pre-holiday, post-holiday. Obviously, we've got a holiday coming up. Now, the holiday actually falls on my check-in week. So I check in on the Friday. I'll just be checking in on the Thursday before I go away. So... yeah, I'm not going to be... my standard check-in is going to be pre-holiday. Will I weigh myself when I get back from holiday? I'm actually not. I will be getting back from holiday on the Thursday, and then my check-in will be a week on the Friday. I'm just going to leave it, and I'm just going to stick to my normal check-in days. I am also weighing on the 1st of each month, though, as well. So I'm going to have monthly weights, 12, and then my regular check-ins. Other than that, I'm kind of going to leave the scales alone a little bit this year. Well, I'm going to try because I don't want to be too scale focused. Right, that is my progress sheet, but really, really happy. Everything's going good and it should be going good. I can't sit here now and question anything because I'm doing what I need to do week in, week out. And if you're consistent, you'll get the results. It doesn't mean, you know, some weeks you'll lose a pound or fortnights, if you're following my philosophies. Some weeks you'll lose 3.2 like I've just lost. It's all about averages over a period of time. But if you're doing what you need to do, you will get the results. Right, let's have a little look at the old calories. All right, lowest I've ever been for years. Why? I've just had a really reined in weekend, and not that I've kind of, you know, really tried to restrict myself on purpose. It's just the way it's fallen out. I've not really been massively interested in food this weekend. I think yesterday, booking a holiday at night time helped. And don't get me wrong, I've had more calories and I've still eaten a really good amount of calories over the week. I've eaten 16,860. So it's not like I'm starving myself in any way, but I had a bit more of an even week. So I had a couple of days that were 2,300, 2,400. So I ate 1,937 Monday, 2,416 Tuesday, 2,1114 Wednesday, 2,326 Thursday, 2,088 Friday. Saturday I had 2,979, and yesterday I bang on 3,000 calories. So I'm 1,300, and I'm looking at my app slightly different. I don't know why. I need to go through that. So the picture I've got that's going up, it might show slightly different. Maybe I've adjusted something slightly. But anyway, I am actually 30 calories more. I must have edited the picture that's going in this vlog. So anyway, just bear with me. I'm actually 30 calories more. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is shortly. I'll tell you what it is shortly when I'm going through my food. Anyway, I actually was 1,340 calories under. I've got the picture on my phone, and then I've got my NutriCheck up on my computer, and there's just a little discrepancy. But anyway, it's 30 calories, it's nothing. I'm 1,240 under, and I did 3,000 yesterday. And Saturday, I was really kind of conscious throughout the day because I was going to a mate's house and we were going to get a takeaway. And I didn't know what takeaway we were going to have. We were going to decide. So basically, Rachel went out with Victoria. They went to Hickory's for a bit of a catch-up and a bit of a girls' night. And me and Brad stayed in. We were minding the baby and playing Call of Duty, and we were just going to decide. And in my head, because Brad loves the Domino's, I thought we're going to end up with a Domino's here, which is going to be a 2,000 calorie pizza. So I really reined it in on Saturday. But we ended up just having a kebab, and I just got a kebab wrap, which I tracked at about 1,200 calories. I didn't take a picture of it because it was amazing. It probably would have been one of my top fives. Forgot to take a picture of it. But I tracked that as 1,200 calories. So I ate like up to that about 1,300, 1,400 calories up to going. I had a 1,200 calorie wrap, and then I had a bit of a cookie when I got home. That was it. That was my eating. And then yesterday, again, Rachel, because she'd been out for tea, and we do enable each other a little bit, not in a massively negative way, but we do enable each other a little bit. But because Rachel went out for tea to Hickory's on Saturday night, she was like, I need to have a lower Sunday because I kind of had all my bank calories Saturday night. And I was like, okay, so I just run along with that really. So that sort of reined me in a bit. Anyway, lowest calories I've had for a long time. And I don't feel overly restricted. I don't. I'll have to watch it this week a little bit because I do move a lot. But, it's just a bonus. You don't need to eat all your calories each week, right? There's no need to force food down. I don't feel like... The only thing I feel like I've missed out on, because I absolutely love... I've not had any crisps for ages. Right? And I love crisps. And I'm always conscious that if I over-restrict myself, and I'm not really doing it on purpose, it's just not happened. If I over-restrict myself, sometimes my cravings can go through the roof. But, like I say, the focus of this holiday, we'll sort that out. Steps were a bit lower last week. It was a bit New York skyline, a little bit up and down. Had a couple of really high days, had a couple of low days. Saturday was I was tired on Saturday. I went and did my spin class Saturday morning. And then I just sort of chilled out. We did one dog walk on Saturday. Rachel actually walked the dogs while I was doing my spin class, so I didn't get my 2 dog walks in. If I'd done that, I would have been over 10,000. I just did one. But I'm all right with that. 10,621. It's still a decent amount of steps. Normally I'm around that 11,000 marker. But yeah, I had a couple of days actually under 10,000. 2 days under 10,000, 5 days over, but a decent average. Let's do exercise. So in terms of weights, hit the gym 4 times last week in terms of the gym, plus my spin class. We didn't go on Wednesday, just had loads to do. And sometimes it's worth, I love going to the gym. It's ace for my physical health, ace for my mental health. But sometimes you've just got to have that reality check. You've got to do some other bits and pieces. And we just had a mega busy day Wednesday. So we didn't go Wednesday, but we did Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are my weights. Hit the cross trainer on those days as well. I actually did quite a lot cross trainer on Monday. Really, really worked hard in the gym last week for the days I went. And again, motivation was a bit low, but I still grit my teeth and got into it. And then I did my spin class. Ignore my spin. I forgot to end my workout. Normally it reminds me, you need to end your workout. For whatever reason, my watch didn't. So it's actually registered 55 minutes. It says I burnt 789 calories. And my average heart rate was 139. So the stats are all over the shop because, as you can see there towards the end of it, it's massively dipped. And that's because my spin class work was actually 42 minutes. So I actually ended the workout. I packed up, went to Aldi, walked around Aldi, got back in the car, and then it flashed up, do you want to end your workout? So that 55 minutes includes a 42-minute spin class and a 5-10 minute walk around Aldi as well. Anyway, we got it done. Right, let's do some eating. Let's get into food. Again, what is my top 5? I do know what my top 5 is, but what order am I going to put them in? Right, I'm going to go this as number 5. Not 1, 5. And because if you follow me on Facebook, there's been a little bit of Beangate this week. I put this is one of the most nutritious meals you can eat. Right, and it genuinely is. Now, a lot of people, the beans are processed, it's processed bread, it's this, that, and the other. You get people saying the only thing that's healthy on that plate is butter. You then get people saying, how can you call butter healthy? And this just shows how unhealthy people's relationships with food are. All right. Are those beans processed? Yes. Watch my latest podcast, The Devil is in the Dose. I kind of break it down a little bit. Are those beans ultra processed? Some people go, those ultra processed beans. And no, I don't class them as ultra processed. Do I class them as processed? Yes. People saying that bread's ultra processed. No. Bread's processed. Yes. It's minimally processed bread. All right. It's not got any preservatives in it or additives in it. It's basically how you would make it at home, but in a loaf, which is why you pay £2.50 for 600 grams of bread. And if you go and buy a white loaf from Aldi, you pay 75p for 800 grams of bread. It's expensive, but the quality of it is amazing. I'm not saying you should only eat that bread. You can build anything into an overall healthy, balanced diet. But that, I want to keep things real. And, you might be someone that's, for whatever reason, you work from home, you're in between calls, you're trying to stay on track, but not eat ready meals for whatever reason. If you've got a toaster in your office and a microwave, you can make that meal. If you've got 5 minutes, you can make that meal. And it's full of protein, it's full of fibre, it's very, very filling. It's got loads of other vitamins, minerals and nutrients in it. Does it have some sugar in it? Yes, some sugar. A little bit of sugar, nothing to worry about. Does the sauce in the beans have some thickeners in it, some emulsifiers in it? Yeah, absolutely. Does it have loads of preservatives in it? No, because it's a tin product. Actually, air sealing a tin is the preservative, as it were in this case. So, great meal. And I love beans on toast. I love beans on toast. And that was 671 calories, 42 grams of protein, nearly 31 grams of fibre. Does it have sugar in it? Yes, I've highlighted it there. It's got 21 grams of sugar in it. 4 teaspoons of sugar, right? But when you combine that with all the goodness, it doesn't make it bad. The devil is in the dose. Most adults, as long as you've got no issues, health issues, where a high glycemic diet could be an issue, right? And that's not a high glycemic meal because it's got so much protein and fiber in it, right? So if you're type 2 diabetic, yes, you might need to watch your sugars. If you are not, if you have no issues with diabetes whatsoever, the average, some adults like me can consume a lot more than this because of the amount of moving, the amount of workout. It's 90 grams of sugar a day. So that isn't even a quarter of your daily sugar allowance in that meal. Enjoy it. It's a great meal. Really good meal. Let's go in with number 4. Number 4 is this. Again, a bit of convenience. Friday was hell on earth for me at work. Why, Neil? I love work, don't get me wrong. But Friday, just disorganised. I needed to record my podcast again. I recorded it Thursday, didn't like it, re-recorded it. It was check-in day. I had 5 clients start today. I'd not done any plans up to Friday. So I just had so many different tasks. I'll learn from it. Friday for me is check-in day, and that's all I do, right? Because I was disorganised last week, I ended up with too much on. Hence needing a convenience tea. That is literally the specialty pasta from Aldi. Takes 4 minutes. Boiling water, 4 minutes. Drain it off. Yeah, whack it on your plate. Yeah, and it's lovely. You don't need anything with it. A little bit of salt on top. Then I got some chicken tenders from Aldi, the barbecue chicken tenders, 2 chicken tenders, air fryer, 9 minutes, little drizzle of barbecue sauce. And that is a Caesar salad kit. That is all pre-prepared food, processed food, 100%, all put together. But do you know what? It was 800 calories, 43 grams of protein, 6 grams of fibre, 12 grams of sugar again. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Quick, easy, delicious, filled me up and was ready in under 10 minutes, right? And it has some good nutrition behind it. Right, let's go for this is number 3, a simple bacon wrap. I had a Mission High Protein wrap, 3 bacon medallions, an essential cheese slice because I didn't have one of the Aldi light cheese slices, but I also found some Eat Lean cheese. So I whacked that on as well and I did a little 1 egg omelette in there. 400 calories, 41 grams of protein, a little bit low on fibre. Again, the sugar's 3.4. People have been really focusing on sugar recently, so I'm just kind of showing the different sort of levels. But again, you could eat that beans on toast. You could have this for your breakfast, right? That beans on toast for your lunch. That chicken Caesar salad thing for your tea, right? And you've not even consumed 40 grams of sugar. You've not even consumed half your recommended allowance for the day. Yeah? Again, the devil is in the dose. So people demonise that beans on toast for having 20 grams of sugar in it. Like, what's the issue? There isn't one. Number 2. Rachel got the brand new in M&S red velvet chocolate chip pancakes. And yeah, I had this Sunday afternoon. We just found it. It was for our tea actually last night. Dessert for our after tea. Because we always have a bit of a treat, like dessert on a Sunday night. Anyway, we ended up having mid-afternoon. So I had 2 of the pancakes, 100 grams of vanilla ice cream, a little bit of Snickers sauce, a little bit of red sauce, strawberry sauce. I've just tracked it as the Snickers. I had 10 grams of Snickers, 5 grams of the strawberry. I've just tracked 15 grams of Snickers for ease. It's the same thing. And a squirt of President cream. And that's where that extra 30 calories has come from, because I added that. I forgot to add that in. Hence why I'm looking at it and it says 1370 on my weekly. Why it's 30 calories. It's that 30 calories worth of cream. I obviously screenshotted and edited the picture to go on this, and I can't be bothered doing it again. And I always go through and just make sure everything's accurate. I look at the meal for tracking. Anyway, that was 413 calories, 8.6 grams of protein, 1.3 grams of fibre, and 30 grams of sugar. So again, breakfast wrap, beans on toast for your dinner, chicken tenders, Caesar salad and pasta for your tea, and that for your pudding in a whole day, and you've had 70 grams, you're still 20 grams under your recommended daily allowance. That is if, you're sticking to that average recommended daily allowance of sugar. Anyway, last thing, number 1, the best thing I ate all week, because I absolutely love it, is my homemade lasagna. The lasagna there, and I actually made this on Thursday. I filmed it for YouTube. It's on the YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description of this video, but also just go and find, all my recipes that are on YouTube. I actually made that on Thursday and just reheated it in the oven. A little bit high, actually, because it was very well done around the outside, but it was delicious. It was still absolutely delicious. And that actually tasted better last night than the one. So I did one big one that me and Rachel shared on Thursday, and then I did 2 little ones that I've just put in the fridge. Quick, easy, bang it in the oven, ready to go. That tasted better than Thursday's because it sat there for a few days and all the sauce and everything sort of soaks into the pasta, soaks into the meat. It was absolutely stunning. That lasagna is 614 calories, and it's a big lasagna. 2 pieces of the Carlos garlic bread on top for 186 calories, 806 calories, nearly 50 grams of protein, 9 grams of fibre, and again, 22.7 grams of sugar. Why is there 22 grams of sugar in a lasagna, Neil? Have you been whacking loads of sugar in? No, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. Chopped tomatoes have fructose because they're a fruit. Yeah? That bowl of ice cream I just showed you has added sugar into it because it's ice cream and pancakes, right? The beans on toast has natural sugars and added sugars in it, right? As both. Yeah? All the sugars that are in that lasagna is just fructose and lactose because there's a bit of a cheesy sauce, right? There's a bit of cheese on top, and then there's tinned chopped tomatoes, tomato puree. I'm telling a lie there will be a tiny smidge of added sugar because in the recipe I use brown sauce. Honestly, try it, it's amazing. Brown sauce is basically dates, sugar and vinegar, so it adds a bit of a sweet, kind of sour richness to a spaghetti bolognese. So loads of people put wine in a spag bol or things like that, right? Honestly, you don't need to put your red wine in or your port or anything like that. Put a couple of tablespoons, 2 or 3 tablespoons of HP. Oh, you might not even like brown sauce. Get it in that. Lovely. There we go. That's it for this week. I've run on a little bit there because I give you that little bit of advice at the beginning about motivation. I just think it's really important to get it out there this time of year. And I suppose, am I talking to myself a little bit? Yeah, 100%. I am talking to myself a little bit. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of this week's weekly weight loss vlog. Hope you've had a good week. It is a new weight loss week, depending on when you're watching this. So make sure you're getting it done. If you're struggling at all, get on board. Come join my one-to-one plan. Come join my community. All the links are in the description. If you've made it this far, I assume you buy into what I say. So if you need that extra push, that extra bit of help, come see me and we'll sort you out. Right, until next time you see me, as always, put your teeth back in the deal. As I always say, in whatever format you are watching me in, make sure you are bossing your weight loss.